Happy Friday.
Yay!
Coming to you live from the buffet at wherever we are.
Winchester, Virginia.
There you go.
Yes, this is an oldie but a goodie. This is a season 1, and we are back at the buffet. And for those of you that are just joining us, like the buffet lifestyle, it is a whole part about our born again life.
Yeah, season 1 we put new words in vocabulary, and buffet lifestyle was one of those words or phrases that we picked up and started using, and there's other people now that are like, yeah, I get that. So
it is a thing.
And if you know us personally, you know that our life is very busy.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And so if you're listening to season 2 and you're like, how in the world did they find time to do this? Well, we're going to tell you today. Forsake all else.
I was going to say,
what you got to do.
You don't find it, you make time.
Yeah.
But okay, so yes, the concept of the buffet lifestyle is basically, we all have a plate and there's stuff on our plates. And I remember even one time at our core team retreat, we all took paper plates and we all wrote on our paper plates what we did for Big Blue. And it helped us to see who does what, and maybe some things that were on one person's plate really needs to be over here on somebody else's plate. So it was a very physical representation of what we're doing for Big Blue. But, in general, we live a life where there's all these different roles and all these different things that we are doing all piled up on our plate. And, the buffet life is, well, much like a lot of buffets, you can put as much on that plate or as little on the plate. And you keep coming back for more and keep coming back for more, and things disappear. And maybe you switch it up. You like the spinach casserole, but you want to try these roasted beets or something. Or maybe, let's be more honest, the desserts, right?
Yeah.
In life in general, you only have one dessert, but at a buffet, you'll have like 7. I mean, that's how I find out. But that's what the buffet life is all about. It is about what we put on our plate. And yes, in the case of me and Eric's life, we pile it up sometimes. So Eric, let's hear from you real quick. What's on your buffet plate right now?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking we did an episode earlier this week on Mary and Martha.
I know, right?
And we're talking about how it's better to do less and just sit at the feet of Jesus. Now we're talking about how you fill your plate, keep on going.
Well,
but it's a difference.
I was going to say the difference is that is in how we worship, that is in how we do religion.
Yeah.
But life is busy.
My plate right now. I have 3 jobs.
Okay.
3 jobs. Technically, I get 3 paychecks.
You're running the market.
Yeah.
You're working part-time at Big Blue, and you're getting a catering company up and running.
Yep.
Yep.
I own a business.
Yep.
Let's see. I volunteer at Big Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, I do work there a little bit, but I do volunteer.
Yep.
I do Sunday discipleship.
Yeah.
I do the Fallout Shelter.
Yeah.
I do the podcast. And I'm a father.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I'm a dad. What else do I got?
You're going to school?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to ministry school, and I'm technically mentoring some people. Yeah.
You coach sometimes?
Yeah, I'm a coach sometimes. I'm about to have my coaching season.
Okay.
That's one of those things that I'm finally getting to learn.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss it, but yeah, I'm getting away from coaching.
You got parents you're kind of taking care of. You got, There's a lot on that plate, Eric. I'm always, woo.
And it's funny because Amy said it's not about finding the time, it's making the time. And with the podcast, I've found that there's time available that you don't know you have.
Yeah.
I swear, people, you all get this thing, it pops up at 1:18 in the morning. Told the story about why I put it at 1:18. But sometimes that 1:18 looks like Eric put it up at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Y'all might think it just magically appears, but it takes some effort to be like, nope, I've got to sit down and do this. And when I have free time, it's 11 o'clock at night. So let's just put it on.
Yeah.
So if there's a mistake in there and I didn't edit it out, it's because I was tired.
Yeah, there's been some times on air where I'm either just, that thought, it comes into my head and then it just leaves it. And I'm staring into, the corner of the room like, Eric, what was I going to say? And he's like, don't worry, I'll just edit it out. And I just kind of collect myself. So there could be a minute-long pause. And I'm always hoping, I hope this isn't one of those episodes where Eric doesn't do any editing because, I'm going to look like a big loser. But no. We allow ourselves to mess up here. But yeah, you've got a lot on because you can rattle off those things, but in any one of those things, there are hours and hours of time daily or weekly put in. So none of those things were small.
Yeah, I mean 40 plus hours every week at the market, running it as the manager.
Yeah.
And doing all the orderings and putting stuff away and stocking and staffing. And it's
and mentoring people along the way and being that Christ-like example. And that's hard at a workplace because sometimes it is just downright frustrating.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I'm a cheerleader in life.
There you go. Yes.
I am the joy-filled bomb, as I call myself, for everyone I meet.
That is it.
So in all that weight and all that pressure of all those things I do, I'm still happy.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, but sometimes I sit and marvel at that. I'm like, God, it's only from you. Like that peace that passes all understanding, the joy, the fruits of the Spirit. I'm like, it's got to be God because I would not choose joy right now. Yet I am.
All right, Eric. So let's take a deeper dive. Like, how do you manage this overspilling? I feel like there's like a little bit of gravy and mashed potatoes coming over the side of this plate. How do you manage this very full plate of yours?
I'm a really good multitasker. I can drive to go podcast while typing up 3 emails.
I mean, multitasking is certainly key.
But I do. I mean, I'll use that downtime, I guess I would call it, between things as my time for something else. So if I'm in a job with Big Blue that's technically like youth leader, minister, but I'm one of the, I don't know what you call it, administration type people. Anyways, there's times where I need to contact somebody about something or do something. Well, if I'm seriously driving to Amy's house for podcast, I've got 2 hours or an hour of drive time in the day. Why not use some phone calls, some things like that to get that done? Or if I'm checking in on a person I'm mentoring or something, just call them up, talk to them.
Let's do it.
And that's where I found, even at home, like if I have the choice between TV or go do my schoolwork, like I've got to make the right choice. I've got to focus, I guess would be my word. It's like you got to know what's more important in that moment.
Yeah, priority. That's how I like to say it.
And where I get sidetracked is my kid. I ain't gonna lie, like it'll come down to him in the evening if I'm like, all right, I gotta go get my schoolwork done. I gotta do this. I gotta write an article for the paper. I gotta do this, whatever it is. And he's like, hey, Dad, we watching The Flash? And I'm like, yeah.
Well, sure, why not?
I'll catch up another time, but I don't forsake that most important thing that I have.
Yeah. Well, do you feel like, I think I know the answer to this already, Eric, but doesn't sound like you have a lot of just time for yourself?
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I do lots of stuff I enjoy. I think that's the difference is everything I do, I enjoy.
There you go.
Time for me would be doing what I'm doing.
That's awesome. That's a win-win, right?
Like if I was, honestly, when people were like, on a Saturday night, what do you want to go do? Well, I want to go to Big Blue.
Yeah.
Like you could ask me pretty much anything in this world and they're like, hey, you want to go out and do this on Saturday night? Can we swing by Big Blue first? I want to see Alma P.
Yeah.
Like there's nights where I'm not on the schedule and I got to go by. Like,
pop in, see who's there.
And there's a couple occasions where Amy, she's like a twice a monther and I'm a more every weeker, but then there's times where I'm not there and it's like, oh, Amy's there this week. I'm going to go see Amy. So I just go anyway.
Yeah. And I'm definitely been in a much busier season. And part of it is from adding this podcast, but yeah, there were Saturday nights where almost every Saturday night, if I didn't have something going on, I'm like, I'm going to Big Blue because those are my people, and I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about my core team friends. Like I want to go and see Eric and Shanda and everybody else because we live such busy lives. But we all know where we can find each other.
I remember one Saturday night that Amy and I were both not on the schedule. Showed up and somebody said something about watching the kids. We're like, we're not on the schedule.
Yeah.
We're here to talk.
We were here to just be one of the kids and play and catch up. Absolutely.
We're not an adult tonight. We're just one of the people.
Let's face it, Eric, are we ever adults?
No.
I know. You take someone like Shanda who's like, assistant principal, like she's way more adult than we are. And thank goodness for people like her.
I had to laugh. Like Okay, so there is a thing called a teacher's voice,
Okay.
and I don't have it. Like, I don't have that yell about me that I can go over top of everybody.
Yeah.
We're at the volleyball tournament, and Shannon's like, hey, can you announce this? And I'm like, it's a gym full of people. You have the voice. And so I turned to another teacher, and I'm like, hey, announce this.
Yeah.
Because I knew, like, my voice is not going to be heard, but
That's it.
like, I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Amy, how about your plate? Is it overflowing, or is it got room?
Oh man, I feel like I'm constantly trying to make room on it, and but then begs the question: make room for what, right? I mean, I have my full-time job, and that's as a painter. And it's funny. The other day, I got a kind of a spam call. This guy was sort of looking at my business profile, and he's like, "Yeah, so is this a side hustle?" And I said, "Sir, I've been making a living doing this for almost 25 years. It is not a side hustle." Like, I was offended,
Nice.
Eric, because I'm like, how dare you call my job a side hustle? But anyway, yes, my side hustle, that takes up a lot of time. Fortunately for me, it's a flexible schedule. I get to choose my time. And actually, last couple of weeks, I've been doing a lot of nighttime work after 5 p.m. when this business closes. So that's when I've been going to work. So I have the daytimes to kind of catch up on other things. But yes, I have my full-time job. I have Big Blue, which is, mainly volunteering on Saturdays, but it's still the core team meetings on Mondays. It's the retreats twice a week. And then just all the other preparation. I do all the a lot of the media. Like, I will make posts for Shanda to then post on the socials. I do a lot of the flyers, the permission forms, like anything I can graphically design and make into a PDF. I'm doing that kind of stuff. The weekly slideshow, which every so often I just completely forget about. But anyway,
Marketing for my business,
exactly.
Ministries, and
That's
I
it.
forgot to start a ministry.
Yeah, and I have a good buddy that's running for, I don't know, school council or something.
Skim board.
Yeah, I'm doing some campaign marketing for him. So, so I do a lot for the community that I don't live in. But there's that aspect to everything. As you guys know, I do Camp Patty Run, so that that obviously has its high season, which is, I'd say, we really get going from basically after Easter until the first day of camp, which is late June. Like, there's no time to breathe. But then, then it kind of trickles through the summer, with our last event being the fall retreat in October, November. So camp does keep me busy, but mainly in the summertime. I have a my mom that I'm taking care of. That's kind of been something new added to the plate. The Born Again to Live podcast that takes up almost every Monday. So it's a lot. And, what's interesting is, I know we talked a lot about New Year's resolutions, but I've been giving it much more thinking since we recorded those episodes. And it really is about, like, what do I need to say yes to? Like, what is God calling me to say yes to? And sometimes in order to say yes, you've got to say no to something else. But when I look at my buffet plate, I don't really see a lot of room for anything that needs to go just yet. I feel like I am equipped, I am gifted in all the areas that God has called me to. But like, even with Big Blue stuff, there are some things that I'm like, okay, I'm still obviously going to do Big Blue, but maybe my jobs within Big Blue can change a little bit. So, but when you were talking about how much what you do is also what you love, I can't help but think of the scripture, that when you refresh others, you yourself will be refreshed. Scripture tells us that. And it is about living a life for others and for Jesus. And, if you just live selfishly, if your whole buffet plate was just full of like, well, I like to do this and I do this for myself and I, when there's not a room for when there's no one else brought into your circle, that plate can look a little lonely, but when it's just loving on people 24/7, that doesn't get old. That just always fills you back up.
It's funny because a lot of times I'll list off all the things I do and I forget my own business. And people be like, oh, and you got your business. And to me, I forget it because I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
I truly do. Like, if anybody knows me, they know I love barbecue.
Yeah.
Like, it's not actually a job if you love it that much. Like, I've always said it, my favorite moments when somebody takes that bite and you see them smile And they're like, oh, that's good. Because that's my moment of like, all that work is worth that one bite. Like that one moment of pure joy or ecstasy or whatever you want to call it is like, okay, I win. Like I made that.
Well, and I can see where the barbecuing definitely fits into your multitasking because, like, I've been over at your house where you've got something on and it smells amazing. I'm like, Eric, can I please just like have a chunk of it? And you're like, Amy, it's got like 4 more hours. Like, no, you can't eat it yet. It's going to make you sick. And
that's the thing. Yeah, I can cater a job while I'm doing 3 other things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cooking the food wise.
Yeah. It's interesting how God really kind of aligns everything to work for his good and for his glory. He really does. And that is when you just have to be open to the things that he has for you. And sometimes you don't always understand them, but there's that trust, like, trust me, kiddo, I know what I'm doing. And I look at my life and how everything kind of overlaps. Because even, my making money job maybe has nothing to do with God's glory. It has nothing to do with telling others about Jesus, but boy, does it give me the resources, the time, the money to do those things. And yeah, at work, a lot of times I listen to worship music. I have time to think. I have time to just brainstorm about podcasts. I can do other things. I'm a horrible multitasker. Anyone that knows me knows I can't. Yeah, I just can't do 2 verbal things at the same time, meaning I can't read like a sign and talk to someone at the same time. But
I often get yelled at by Amy. She'll be trying to do something and I'm having a conversation about something else. She's like, just shut up and give me a minute. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah. I can't even type a note or write an email if Eric's talking to me because I'm either, talking and typing or I'm listening. I can't do both. I don't know.
She can't listen and go with what, like, I don't know if my brain's different, but I'm like, I can listen to what she's saying and I can be typing and I'm not miss either of them.
Yeah.
But she's not wired.
I am so not, man.
I think it's funny because I'll see it, like I'll start talking and she's doing something else and I'm like, I'll just sit here.
Yeah, you have to wait.
I'll just wait. I'll wait and get my thought out later.
But needless to say, Big Blue can be a very overwhelming experience when I have multiple people talk to me at the same time. And then there's like a discussion going on. I'm trying to like eavesdrop in on like, ooh, what are they saying? And then there's music in the background and there's a lot going on. So yeah, I just
Amy's stressing and I'm like thriving.
I know.
Multiple things and playing a game of pool while talking to somebody else and listening to the jams and going like, I like that song. And they're like, what song?
It's very true. But yeah,
God did a good job putting us together, didn't he?
He sure did. He definitely knew what he was doing. He always does. But yeah, this is, and if I look at my buffet plate, the podcast is certainly the newest addition to that buffet plate. And yeah, 1 year later, it's just been such a joy. I have grown from it. It's the thing that daily keeps me focused on God. And again, I'm so grateful that this podcast is a Monday through Friday thing so that I'm starting my work week, not just being reminded of God's goodness and grace, but like when the words come out of my mouth, I am held to the fire so much harder because I said this. So if I said this and I believe this, I have got to live it out.
Yeah.
Eric, that was always one of my initial hesitancies about being on the podcast is I'm like, you start putting yourself in a position like this where you're speaking into, again, in a different way to the lives of young people and just in general, like, you don't want to screw that up. Like, you don't want to step out of character. You don't want to do something that just ruins it for, it's okay if I ruin things for me, but I don't want to ruin it for you, Eric. So, at any moment, I'm just praying to God that, like, don't let me fall. Like, don't let me fall, God. I don't want to be that hypocrite. I don't want to be that person in a kid's life that's like, wow, Amy, I thought you loved Jesus, but clearly you don't because this is how you're behaving or this is what you did. And, the Bible is clear about that. Like, it is better that you weren't born than to like let one of these young people stumble. And that's a heavy weight. And I definitely feel it every time you hit the record button.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just what's going on in the buffet plate of Amy.
So I made this cool little outline way back a couple weeks ago or whatever. But when we put the buffet lifestyle in here, I had 4 little bullet points and I actually liked them. The first one was being busy is okay. I think people think that being busy is a terrible thing.
Yeah.
And I always hear about like self-care and all that stuff, which I get that. I do.
Yeah.
Like I do those moments. Like I'm one of those people. If I need to just chill out, I chill out. Like
Eric likes a good bubble bath.
yeah, don't tell everybody. Yeah, I might be a bubble bath enthusiast to have a few bath bombs, but that's another whole day.
Another day, another podcast, really. But continue, Eric. Continue.
And taking a break is okay. Like there's times where, again, you just have to stop and focus, or you're completely zoned out, and it's like I need to take that off my plate today.
Yeah.
For example, I guess it was over the weekend of the volleyball tournament. My truck broke down on Friday night. I had a late night. Saturday, I was just tired and exhausted all day. I was cooking food. I was doing other stuff. And then Saturday night was a late night. And Sunday morning, I get up and Shanda had messaged me like a couple hours into the day and I wasn't even awake. And she said something about, did you need the list of teams for the volleyball tournament to do the round robin? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I did. And I completely didn't have time to do the round robin thing. And finally, I'm like, do you want to do it or you just want me to? And she's like, I'll do it. I'm like, thank God. just thank God, because I knew I couldn't handle it, but I didn't want to take it off my own plate.
Yeah.
I was glad to just like, all right, here, if you can do this, please do it.
Yes.
But it's those moments, like you can take that and not feel guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. We all need a break. We all need just a pause sometimes. And it doesn't mean we're walking away from our commitment, from our friends or whatever it is. It just means that, nobody can be there 100% of the time. That's not realistic. But it is great when we can rely on other people. It's great when we can kind of build our buffet plate in a way that says, I can take this off for a minute and give it to someone else. When you have it so password protected that you're the only one that can do it, that is a problem sometimes.
And other things like that, sometimes you just gotta stop and pause. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, and the next one was let God speak into your plate. Like,
yeah,
don't put it all on yourself. Like, ask God, talk to God, work with God, and stop working against God. And be like, all right, God, I'm struggling with this. Like, I'll be honest, the Fallout shelter has been my heavy burden.
Yeah.
And I've been like, what do I do? God, I know it's from you, but it's not working. So
yeah.
What do I need to do? And he'll honor that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he didn't take it off my plate. He's just showing me where to put it on my plate and how to put it on my plate. So, and again, how much proportion to take? Like, do I spend more time on this one or do I spend more time on that? So,
yeah.
But let God speak into it. Don't just take all of it and say, well, that's what God wants. Because sometimes it's not. It's what we want. And if we have that we and the ego, your plate becomes a little easier to carry.
I was going to say, sometimes when it's what we want, it's so easily a sign, right? Like it must be a sign. It's like, it's not a sign. You just want it that badly. And so a lot of times when you are asked to take on something or what have you, the best response is not like yes or no. It's like, you know what? I need some time to think about it and pray on it. And a lot of times I like to say, I just want to sleep on it. I want to see how I'm feeling about it in the morning. And but yeah, take it to God in prayer and just ask him to reveal, because God might say, I love the idea of you doing this. However, and he'll give you the wisdom that you just so desperately need sometimes.
Right now I'm in a season where, I'll be honest, I'm single and I've got my kid who's big blue age.
Yeah.
And so when the volunteer schedule list comes out every month, I put my name on like every weekend.
Yeah.
And it's not because I'm selfish. It's not because I'm like, oh, I got to be there. We are short on volunteers.
Yeah.
And I know we're short on volunteers. But the reason I do it is because I'm going to be there. Like,
yeah.
The kid wants to be there, and I need to be there. So why not put my name on there? So, like, I'll send Shanda the list and be like, I'll take this Saturday, this Saturday, this Saturday, this Saturday. And if you need me, you can take me off at one of them.
Yeah.
Like, you pick. Just give me a break. And
yeah.
And then I feel guilty, though. Like, I'm like, man, I'm off that weekend. Like, I really wanted to be there, but I can take the break, so.
Yeah, it's okay. But I get it, though, because you definitely want, if Kipton wants to be there, you want to be there.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, when you don't have Kipton, you need your other kids.
This upcoming weekend is a Kipton's with me weekend, and technically I'm not on the schedule. And I'm like, well, am I going to end up there anyway?
You are, because it's board game night, Eric. I mean, let's be honest. You're going to be playing Uno with the best of them. So just
yeah.
Be realistic, would you? It's going to be there.
Most likely. But again, like I said, let God speak into it and open all your choices up to God. Just and I mean, I'm not saying like lay them out on the floor and say, here, God, you pick which ones are on my plate, but you can. Seasons have been like, all right, God, I'm struggling with this. And if you're struggling with something, go to God and be like, all right, is this something you're weeding out of my life? Mm-hmm. If it is, then let it go.
Yeah.
Do you remember the quote that DJ had yesterday from church? What that pastor said was,
oh, I loved it. I do you remember?
If it's blocked by God, stop chasing it.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah.
And that's with your buffet lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like if there's something in your life that you keep running into a wall and you can't do it or you can't focus or you can't whatever, maybe God's blocking it. Stop chasing it.
Yes, absolutely.
So this buffet lifestyle, man, it is so much fun. But if you allow it to, it can be your downfall.
Well, and can we go to point D on your outline?
Okay. Yeah.
Open all choices up to God. And yes, like as you said, it can be your downfall. But the other thing that can happen is we can box ourselves in and just be like, no, I don't like Brussels sprouts. I'm not even going to put them on my plate. Like God will call you to things you never thought were possible, imaginable, even something that you would enjoy doing. But like, be surprised because God's going to call you to something you never expected. And then that one day becomes your testimony. You know, you're like, I never thought in a million years I would be doing whatever that thing is, but you just got to be open to it. And, you know, that was my New Year's prayer. It's in the very front of my new prayer journal is like, God, I want to be open to what you have for me this year. And so that's kind of an exciting way to every day wake up and be like, what you got for me today? Like, I can't wait to find out.
Yeah. 4 years ago, I would have put myself as just stacking chairs somewhere probably because I had no desire to teach, preach, be on a microphone. I had a fear of microphones, cameras, and all that stuff. And now, look, God just throws me into like, you're going to do this and just be happy.
No stacking chairs. You're going to be stacking stones, Eric.
Right. So let's roll to that stack.
Yeah, you like what I did there? I'm the segue genius. Okay. All right. Stacking stones, our second one of our new season. Who's going first here?
I'll let you.
Okay. So my stone would be, because this is super exciting. This just happened over the weekend, but we had our first meeting of the Big Blue Teen Core Team. So that's a tongue twister in of itself. But, you know, the core team is us adult volunteers that help run Big Blue. But the teen core team is where we're actually getting the teens involved in the leadership and the processes and everything. And, you know, we want to show them what we do, how we do it. And with the idea being that they can then lead the activities and the things of Big Blue because, you know, every generation needs to step up and carry that cross. And so, you know, we're hopefully mentoring these kids to be future leaders of Big Blue while at the same time we get their youthful insight. You know, we think we know what kids want, but let's go straight to the source here. And so some of the things that were brought up, some of the ideas and stuff, it was such a positive meeting, Eric. I love that the kids have a real heart to take the message and the activities of Big Blue over the mountain and spend time with those kids on the other side, and that they have a heart for worship. And so I was just so encouraged by our first meeting. And so I am stacking that stone because we are going to look back at that Jordan River someday and be like, wow, those kids, like, look what they did. So I'm super excited.
That's a good stone. That is going to be fun to work with them and mentor them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that. So my stone's going to be the randomness of God. That's what I'm going to go with.
I love it.
So last week we recorded on a Monday and I had to go to Costco afterwards. And as I'm going through Costco to get all of the stuff for the volleyball tournament and Big Blue, I had this cart that was like epically filled. Like couldn't even see over it. It was so full. And I'm driving this thing and it's got everything I can do to like turn this thing on. And I'm going down the aisles and I finally, you know how you got all the little sample people. Well, I took this one turn and there's a sample guy there. So I had to swing it around him. And he's got Liquid IV, which is the drink that rehydrates you. I'm like, man, I'm hot and tired anyway. So I took the drink and I was trying to roll the cart forward from a stop position up to the trash can. And I'm struggling. This man went up to me and he's like, man, that is a full card. What do you got going on? What event do you got? So I started telling him about the volleyball tournament in Big Blue. And he just looks at me and he goes, that's awesome. Do you take donations? And I said, yeah. And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out money to give me for Big Blue.
I love that.
That randomness of God, that I am struggling and I just needed a drink. And literally then that man starts feeding Big Blue with his money right there in the middle of Costco. And this guy's job is to give out samples.
Right.
He's probably not making a whole lot of money. He just rolls out a wad of cash. He's just like, here, take this.
That's so
Put it
great.
towards it. And he said, will it help? And I'm like, anything will help, sir.
That's so amazing. I love that's that encouragement that we need in those frustrating, tired moments. Like,
And I stopped in the middle of the next hour and I sent that to the core team. Like, I was like, some guy just gave me money in the middle of Costco because I talked to him about the teen center. And like, that's,
awesome.
I had to encourage people with that. So that's my stand.
Man, the randomness of God. I'm like, well, it's not random to him, but it sure is to us sometimes.
Yeah, like you never know what's going to happen or where he's going to bless the day or how
Yeah.
he's going to change your focus from I'm buying to I'm getting, because
Yeah.
that guy just gave. And I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable.
I love that story, Eric. That's so great.
Yep.
All right. Well, this has been a fabulous second week back at Born Again to Live. I'm so glad. I've missed you guys. I hope you're enjoying tuning in, and we've got so much great things ahead.
All right, well, have a good weekend. Keep working on your creed.
Love you guys.
Love you.